What if Tensura? Frozen Love, Rimuru x Velzard, by Rimuru 6360 Love. Quote. That one person. Who is that person? Tell me who. The one whose destiny entangled with mine to the point of existing as one. Existing as one? Is this even possible? But who will love you that much other than me? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Fufu, is this even a question, my wifey? Wife? You have gotten married even though you have me. I will kill her. I will drive her into madness. You can't, she is already mad. Madly in love with me. Madly in love for what? For love. Why? Why? What is the reason? To be loved. By whose permission? By love. Chapter 1. Promise. All of my strength is suddenly gone. My eyes started to close slowly, and the whole world was gone in a blur. Darkness. That was the only thing that I could see now. Darkness, that can devour anything that stands in its way. Where am I? What is this place? Why can't I move my hands or legs? Many thoughts came into my mind like a flood. I didn't expect someone to answer the questions, but greater than a robotic voice without any emotions or feelings suddenly rang in my head. Who are you? Startled by the sudden voice, I screamed in surprise. I couldn't even move my body. No, wait, I can move my body. Why, can I feel my limbs? Greater than the same robotic voice again replied to me in my head. But this time I was already expecting her to reply. That's why I'm not that surprised. After asking many questions to Great Sage, I found out that I got reincarnated in this world as a slime. I mean, what a joke. Slime? The weakest monster that ever existed in a fantasy novel. But I'm not mad. I was a little startled at first, but now I'm calm. It's been a while since I got reincarnated, and I've just been eating some grass for the last couple of days. And I got 2 more water-based skills. Can you hear me, little one? A booming voice rang inside my head. My instincts were telling me to flee, so I ignored the voice like I didn't hear it. Because I didn't want to talk to anyone. Why would I? I didn't have any obligation to talk to him. Hey, I know you can hear me. The voice again rang inside my head. But I'm not in the mood to talk to anyone. I kept my mouth shut and looked toward the source of the voice. Hey, why are you quiet? Again, what is his problem? He is becoming a little irritating now. What? I asked him finally. I only thought it, but I'm pretty sure he can hear my thoughts. Wahaha. I know that you are an intelligent monster with an ego. He said with a loud laugh, but I could feel the joy in his voice. The emotion that I rarely feel. What do you want? I asked him with an icy cold voice. He is just wasting my time. I do have a lot of free time, but I want to use my free time in some other ways. By some other ways I mean everything that doesn't have anything to do with socializing. What is your name? He asked me with a curious voice. Really? That is what you want to ask me? My name is, hey. What was my name again? What did I forget my name? I mean, I remember everything about me. Everything other than my name. I don't remember. I replied to him in my cold voice. I was a little disappointed but didn't show it. Don't remember? He asked me, sounding a little sad. Why in the hell are you sad about me? You don't even know me. After answering him, I turned around and was about to leave. Seeing that I was about to leave, he panicked. Wait, he shouted in panic, and a cold chill ran down my spine. My body stiffened, and my heart, consciousness, filled with fear. Fear. Did I feel scared? Just because he released some of his aura? Sorry, he said a little sheepishly and absorbed his aura. Maybe his aura didn't affect me physically, but it gave a feeling of horror and inferiority. I turned around and sighed. Well, I didn't have a choice here. I hope he doesn't release his aura anymore. And like a chatterbox, he started to talk with me. I just nodded my head at anything that he said because I wasn't interested in his life story other than the hero part. So you mean you were alone here for the last 300 years? I asked him, a little surprised. It is not easy for anyone to spend this long time in solitude. Even a strong-willed human would not be able to endure this much. To be honest, I'm a little impressed that he didn't lose his sanity after spending this long time in solitude. Yes, you are the first one in 300 years. He said to me with a little sad voice. Even I can feel the sadness in his voice. For me, he is like an open book. He didn't hide his emotions. Unlike me, he is a very bright person, or should I say bright dragon. I found out that he is a dragon from his story. I'm not very good at comforting people, so I didn't know what to say. So I kept my mouth shut. And after a while, he decided to teach me a skill so I could see again, according to his instructions. I started to focus on the magicules around me. I tried to feel the power of magic around me, but nothing happened. After a while, I remembered that maybe Great Sage could help me. Great Sage, can you help me? I asked her, greater than she replied to me in my head. Okay, then let's try it once again. After focusing for 30 seconds or so, I heard Great Sage's voice. Greater than, yes. I thought, and suddenly my mind overflowed with a lot of data. I don't think a normal human brain can take this amount of data at once, but that is not a problem for me because I'm a slime now. The magic power inside my body, or should I say the magicules inside my body, started to get excited. I can feel it, and finally, I can see again. With that said, Veldora continued his story. While hearing his chatter, an important question occurred in my head. So according to you, I was born in this world because of your magicules. Doesn't it make you something like my father? I said to him with a serious voice, and he looked a little surprised because of what I said but didn't say anything. I refuse to acknowledge you as my father. I said to him in a cold voice. Do you think I acknowledge someone like you as my father? Never, not even in your dreams. Ah, that is not a problem. He said to me after a while. He looked a little anxious about something but didn't say anything. I will treat you as my brother. It is a little embarrassing, but it is a lot better than father. What, brother? Don't talk nonsense. A little slime like you wants to become my brother? He said a little flustered. Really, he is back to his tsundere mode. But I didn't say anything. I just stared at him. It is his choice, after all. It is not my place to interfere. A while later he sighed and said, okay, I accept. From this day forward I, Storm Dragon, Veldora, will be your brother. Why are you acting all high and mighty? Do you think that I will be impressed by this? I just nodded in response. And as proof, I will grant you the name Rimuru. As the voice faded, a bright light enveloped me. My whole body felt light like a feather, and a warm and comfortable feeling spread inside my body. I haven't felt this good in my entire life, not even in my previous life. A while ago I didn't have someone to call my family. I was very angry because even after reincarnating into a new world I didn't have any parents nor siblings. But now I have a brother. The anger and grief I was feeling a while ago disappeared like they were never there. And I will give you my family name, Tempest. As a sign that we are equal, you can call yourself Veldora Tempest. I said to him, and he looked happy. Tempest. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha ha. I like the name. Thank you. So he knows how to say thanks. I think I have to teach him some manners later. I have a suggestion. Without any delay, I got into the main topic. What? He asked me curiously. He looked like a curious child right now. I mean, it's a bit funny how he acted like a child. I'm leaving, but you are sealed inside this unlimited imprisonment, and I have a way to break this barrier. But I need to analyze it first, and because I'm leaving, will you be willing to stay inside my stomach until I finish the analysis? I said everything that I wanted to say, and whether he believes in me or not depends on him. If he didn't believe in me, I would return here when I found a way to break the seal. Ha ha ha, that sounds interesting. Very well, I will entrust my entity to you. He said with a goofy smile. Fufu, for some reason I already expected him to say something like this. Maybe he didn't know, but I'm very grateful that he believes in me even though we only met a while ago. Thank you, you are the first one who believes in me. I swear on my life that I will free you from this unlimited imprisonment. I declared with a confident voice. He believes in me and I will live up to his belief. Predator. I whispered in my heart, and in no time the huge body of Veldora disappeared. Now that Veldora is gone, I feel a little lonely. Fufufu, how funny. It's not even a full minute and I started to miss that old man. Let's put these thoughts aside because now it is time to start our new adventure with my new friend and sworn brother. After stepping out of the cave, Rimuru was wandering in the forest when suddenly a group of goblins asked him for help. Rimuru decided to help them. He defeated the direwolves. To show their sincerity, goblins and direwolves both swore their loyalty to Rimuru. After becoming their leader, Rimuru saw the condition of the goblins' huts and decided to go to Dwargon to hire some skilled craftsmen. Many wanted to join Rimuru in his journey, but do you think you can handle someone whom even I can't handle? The cold reply from Rimuru made them realize their foolishness. Rimuru visited Dwargon. In Dwargon, he helped the dwarf named Kaijin in making 10 longswords. And told him his request. He reached the city earlier because he was traveling alone in his wolf form. Kaijin accepted his request. At night they visited a pub where he found out about his destined one. The next day when he was about to leave the city with Kaijin, a commotion broke out. An accident occurred in the mines and the Kaijin brothers got injured. To make the situation worse, healing potions ran out of stock. Seeing the unrest, Rimuru decided to secretly help them so that he didn't catch anyone's attention. He gave Kaijin some healing potions that he made and asked him to give them to the injured persons. And with that, they left the city. The work of construction went smoothly and Rimuru was passing his day training non-stop. The information that he collected from goblins, great sage, and Kaijin made him realize, in this world, only the strong can live. So he was practicing his skills at night while helping others during the day. He is a slime. He didn't need to eat, sleep or even breathe to live, and he was taking full advantage of his special traits. Great Sage was helping him in mastering his skills. While hunting one day he found some humans in the forest. Not some random humans, but his destined one. A herd of monsters was chasing after them. Seeing their condition, Rimuru decided to help them. He killed the herd of monsters and took them to his village. While chatting with them he found out that his destined one's name is Shizu Izawa, and she is an Otherworlder. Not only an Otherworlder, but she is also an A-rank adventurer in this world. Rimuru was surprised as he heard. Because only a handful of adventurers are considered A-rank. In other words, Shizu is strong. Insanely so, according to human standards of course. While seeing the sunset, he decided to join her. While chatting with her, Rimuru showed her images of future Japan. The next day when the trio and Shizu were about to leave, the spirit inside Shizu started to rampage and took control of her body. Rimuru ate the spirit named Ifrit and separated him from Shizu's body, but when he separated him from Shizu's body started to age and she was on the brink of death. Seeing her in pain, Rimuru got angry. His only friend was about to die in front of him. Great Sage, do something. Anything will do, Rimuru shouted furiously. He didn't have any friends in his previous world, and in this world, his only friend is breathing her last breath in front of him. His heart shattered into a million pieces seeing his friend dying. Sensing her master's emotions and seeing her always cool-headed master losing control, Great Sage started to search for a method to save Shizu. It was her master's order. She had to do her best. While Shizu was telling Rimuru her story, Great Sage was busy finding a method to save her. For the first time in his life, Rimuru felt this powerless. Not only did Rimuru, but Great Sage also felt the same thing. She was confused at the sudden new feelings, but she didn't like this feeling. She wanted to get rid of these feelings as soon as possible. But not knowing the concept of emotions, she wasn't able to do it. And finally, she found one. The possibility is nearly zero. All the things depend upon her master's destiny. Seeing she was able to find an answer, the feeling suddenly vanished, making her more confused, but she didn't think about it and happily replied to her master. Greater than that is the only solution that she was able to find. Hearing her words, Rimuru got a tiny bit of hope, but for someone like him, a bit of hope is enough. Shizu-san, don't worry, I will save those children. Thank you, Rimuru-san. Shizu-san, I'm going to put you into a deep sleep for some time. Don't worry, next time when you wake up I promise you, you will see those children's happy faces again. With the last words, Rimuru devoured her body and separated her soul from her body. Greater than. Aren and her party were very sad when they found out that Shizu passed away. But they quickly composed themselves and thanked Rimuru for taking care of them. Rimuru was also very sad but didn't say anything. I will become stronger for the sake of my first human friend. Rimuru silently swore in his heart. A determined look appeared on his always expressionless face. He didn't want to feel the same emotion that he felt today. The helplessness and powerlessness that he felt today, never again in his life did he want to feel this way. Kaval and his party decided to leave the forest, but Rimuru stopped them as he gave them some new equipment that Kaijin made. He didn't hate them, anyway, and it would be troublesome if they weren't able to reach safety alive and the guild sent a search party for them. Rimuru-san, you are so strong, Aren said as she saw Rimuru kill a herd of monsters. Not believing in their capabilities, Rimuru decided to drop them at the edge of the forest. Nah, I'm not that strong. The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about, just like the hero who sealed Veldora. Rimuru replied in his cold voice as a chill ran down their spines. Rimuru-san, you are right, but you can't argue about your strength. You are right. I'm a special rank in terms of strength according to the ranks that you humans gave monsters. Aren and her party smiled helplessly as they watched how the herds of monsters were running away from them just by sensing the aura Rimuru was releasing. Really? And he is saying he is only special A rank. They all thought to themselves. Inside Shizu's consciousness, there you are. Please don't leave me behind again. Shizu shouted while running towards the two girls who were standing there. The first one was her friend who was killed by Ifrit when she was young, and the other lady was the hero who saved Shizu a long time ago. They were both pointing towards their left side as they disappeared into thin air. Seeing them pointing in a certain direction, she decided to run in that direction. A blinding light enveloped her surroundings. When she opened her eyes again, her eyes landed on her mother waiting for her, in her old Japanese house backyard. A smile formed on her face as she saw her mother. "Mom!" She shouted to catch her mother's attention while running towards her. "Mommy!" She again shouted as tears of joy started to flow out of her eyes. "Mommy!" she said while tightly hugging her mother. Tears started to flow from her eyes like a waterfall as she felt the warm embrace of her mother. "Shizu, you turned into a fine woman," her mother said in a soft and calm voice. "What, you think so?" she asked her mother, not loosening her grip a bit. Her mother nodded. After that, the mother and daughter chatted for a long time. Laughing and smiling all the time. Shizu has never been this happy in her whole life. "Shizu, it's time for you to leave. Your friends are waiting for you outside," her mother said with a soft voice. "I didn't want to leave you," she replied to her mother with a sad tone. "Shizu, you have to. Your real happiness is waiting for you." With that said, her mother disappeared into thin air like some small particles. Shizu didn't feel sad when her mother left her because this time there was a full-blooming smile on her mother's face when she left. Chapter 3. The Locked Trio. Shizu Pav, Lord Veldora. I think she is about to wake up. I heard a male voice as I tried to open my eyes. His voice was deep but lacked emotions. "Yeah, you are right," another one replied, but this time the voice was very deep and hoarse. I opened my eyes slowly as I realized that I was in an isolated space. As I turned to my left, I saw Ifrit and a very big black-colored dragon both looking at me. A chill ran down my spine when my eyes met the dragon's eyes. "A true dragon," I murmured to myself, but he heard me as he laughed loudly. "Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha ha. You are right. I'm the Storm Dragon, Veldora Tempest. The sworn brother of Rimuru Tempest. I'm Shizu, Izawa Shizu." Veldora-san introduced himself, so I did too as a courtesy. Sworn brother of Rimuru? But he didn't tell me anything about him. Oh, maybe he forgot. Then again, I didn't spend much time with him. You are not afraid of me?" There was a hint of surprise in his voice as he asked me, but I replied to him calmly with a smile. "Aren't you saying you are the sworn brother of Rimuru? I believe in Rimuru. It is enough for me to not be afraid of you." "Whoa, you are worthy of being my opponent," he said to me as cold sweat started to pour out of my head. But then I saw both Ifrit and he were playing shogi. Sigh, he is asking me to play shogi with him. I was worried about nothing. As we played shogi, he told me his story of how the hero sealed him and how he met Rimuru. Hearing his story, it feels like he got defeated by the hero only because he was busy admiring her beauty. As for Ifrit, I didn't say anything to him, nor did he say anything to me. I didn't consider him my enemy nor my friend, and the feeling is mutual. I guess, even if I consider him my enemy, there is nothing that I can do because currently, I'm just a spirit. I don't have all of my power. Rimuru-san took my unique skill from me, not to mention Veldora-san looks quite fond of him. "Checkmate," I said to him as I moved my piece. This was my 4th win. "What? Rimuru is fighting with ogres?" Veldora-san suddenly shouted. I looked towards the window that showed the outside world. He is right. Rimuru is fighting with some ogres. I think Rimuru-san will win the battle easily. Just as I thought. Rimuru is brutal. That pink-haired one is wise. Veldora-san said happily, but he didn't notice that Rimuru didn't injure anyone severely. He just used some strength to make them listen to him. Ifrit also voiced his thoughts as the pink-haired ogre stopped his brother from attacking Rimuru. But what about our game? I'm not even surprised. Every time I win, he makes some excuses. It looks like Rimuru is taking all of them under his wings, Veldora-san said. Oh, Rimuru-san is practicing again at night. It's been a month since he took the ogres as his subordinates. Rimuru-san is practicing the sword techniques that he learned from Hakuro in the daytime. He is pushing himself very hard. Too hard to be honest. He is becoming colder as time is passing. This was my first time noticing this, but I think he just doesn't know how to talk with others, just like Leon. But he is blessed with good subordinates. They also understand that Rimuru is a kind-hearted person. He just doesn't know how to show his feelings. They are having another festival. Veldora-san said with a look that said, I also want to join them. I didn't blame him though because they are having a blast. Even Rimuru is having fun, only a little, but he is having fun. I think I am also envious of Rimuru and his subordinates. Only a little though. I also want to join. Shizu, why are you pouting like a little girl? Veldora-san asked me. Did I just pout? I turned my head because of embarrassment. I think Shizu-sama also wants to join them. Ifrit voiced his thoughts. He is right, but I cannot accept this. Veldora-san, are you not analyzing the barrier? I reminded him of his work to change the topic. I quickly made some distance between us as I started to practice my swordsmanship. I also learned some new moves from seeing Rimuru-san training. And as for the sword, Veldora-san made it. I don't know how, he just made it. Hey! Rimuru-san beat Hakuro with just his swordsmanship. Rimuru is good with swords. I said happily praising him, as I saw him pointing his blade at Hakuru's neck. Veldora-san also praised Rimuru. All the people outside praised him, but only we three know how hard he works to reach this level. Rimuru is undeniably gifted with talent. At the same time, he is a hard-working person who is willing to make the effort to further expand his boundaries. He is truly a rare gem. Not even Hanana is comparable with Rimuru-san in terms of talent. In just a little more than 6 months, Rimuru was able to beat Hakuro. If any of you are looking down on Hakuro, then let me tell you he is at the level of a grandmaster at swordsmanship. Whoa, that move was so cool. Veldora-san said as he saw Rimuru practice one of his sword techniques that he made himself. Whoa, it's a dryad, an orc lord, Veldora-san muttered. The dryad confirmed the existence of the orc lord. I wonder what Rimuru-san will do now. I think Rimuru-sama can handle someone like an orc lord easily. But it's another story if it's evolved into an orc disaster. Ifrit said with confidence, but I poured cold water on his words as I moved my shogi piece. And check. Ha ha ha, I think Rimuru can handle someone like an orc disaster easily. He is already at the level of a self-proclaimed demon lord. Veldora-san replied to me with a loud laugh as he moved his piece. I won this match. I think Veldora-san is right. I replied as I recalled just how powerful Rimuru-san is. Yeah, leave all of it to Rimuru. He can handle anything. Veldora-san also boasted about Rimuru-san, but I think he is not wrong here. From what I have seen, Rimuru-san is a very mysterious person. Even though we are watching him from here, not only I, but Veldora-san also thought that there is a very dangerous existence inside of Rimuru-san. The rate of improvement is very fast, especially in terms of skills. Rimuru-san masters all of his skills very quickly. Veldora-san, I think I will win this match again, I said to him as I moved my piece. Checkmate. I finished the game quickly this time. Wahaha, you are great. I can see why Rimuru chose you as his friend. He didn't consider me his friend because I'm good at shogi. I wanted to say that to him, but I decided not to. Benimaru is the strongest among Rimuru's subordinates. I think Hakuro can give him a tough time. I and Veldora-san voiced our opinions as we watched Hakuro killing orcs with a sword while Benimaru killed all the orcs with his black flames. Veldora-san and Ifrit also nodded in agreement. Rimuru is making his move. Rimuru-san is merciless in battle. I said as I watched him killing all the orcs to make his way towards the orc lord. Not to mention, he also tortured that Gelmid guy. Did he get a unique skill named Merciless? I'm not sure, but I heard something like unique skill, Merciless. What? He evolved into an orc disaster, Ifrit said as he watched the orc lord evolve. As I expected, he is still no match for Rimuru, Veldora-san said happily. Rimuru-san's control over his power is very deep, I added while watching the fight. That was a one-sided fight with Rimuru-san winning the fight without any difficulty. For real, he falls asleep again? Well, he did name all the orcs. Veldora-san complained as he saw Rimuru-san fall asleep again after naming all the orcs. I replied as I watched both Ifrit and Veldora-san playing shogi. Veldora-san stopped playing shogi with me a long time ago, so I'm just watching them. I sometimes read manga from Rimuru-san's memories and watch some movies to pass the time. I'm not that bored here, to be honest. The life inside Rimuru-san's stomach is quite good. Checkmate, Ifrit said as he moved his piece. What? How? Yes, Veldora-san is at it again. She is strong, I said as I watched a pink-haired girl. You can say that I'm watching the world with Rimuru-san's eyes. So I can also see just how powerful she is. She is stronger than Veldora-san. The gap between her and the current Veldora-san is like heaven and earth. Now I understand why, Demon Lord, Leon always avoided her. Isn't she the only daughter of my big brother? I heard Veldora-san mutter to himself. Big brother's daughter, that explains her power, but isn't she a little too childish to be a demon lord? Rimuru-sama handled the situation pretty cleverly, Ifrit said as he watched how swiftly Rimuru-san handled the situation. Now I'm sure there is nothing that Rimuru-san can't handle, I said, impressed and amused, as I saw him giving Demon Lord Milam some honey. I want to go outside now, Veldora-san complained again. That's how the day of Rimuru-san ended. I have to say watching Rimuru-san's life from here is much more entertaining than reading manga or watching some drama. But I hope he can find his real happiness soon. He was smiling and laughing, but he was not that happy. He is happy but I can't explain it. Well, it is better than seeing him frown all day. Chapter 4. The Destroyer. It's been a while since I killed the orc disaster, Geld. I took all the other orcs as my subordinates, so other races didn't dare to bully them. I think they also know this, that's why they all are working very hard. Many other races started to come for my protection. I didn't want to do the bothersome job, like protecting the whole Jura forest, but I think it's my responsibility. That is the only reason why I accepted all the races in my town without any complaints. I was sitting peacefully in my office chair and sipping tea while doing some paperwork when I felt an enormous amount of magicules heading towards Tempest. It was at the sidelines of Tempest. I used my skill, Shadow Moments, and appeared in the position where the thing was about to land. Boom! And with a large blast, that thing landed in front of me. Smoke filled my whole view. When the smoke cleared, I saw a girl a little bigger than me in height with blue eyes that were shining with power and holding the innocence of a little child. Platinum pink hair with a grin on her face. The source of magicules. Wahaha! I'm Demon Lord Milam Nava. I came here to say hello, she said with a grin while laughing loudly. She reminds me of Veldora. So she is a demon lord. She looked a little childish. That doesn't matter because she is a threat. Great sage, how big is the difference between us? Greater than she is not even serious and she is 10 times stronger than me. I didn't want to imagine what would happen when she was fighting someone seriously. I sent a message to others through thought communication, so they wouldn't disturb us and not get caught in a backfire even if we had to fight. I'm Rimuru Tempest the Slime and the leader of this city, I said in my usual cold tone, but she didn't even flinch. That was expected of a demon lord. If she is this powerful, then what about the demon lord Leon? Wahaha, I challenge you for a match, she said while laughing. She is too excited about fighting with me. I decline. You are clearly 10 times stronger than me and you are not even serious. I didn't want to fight with you, I said to her honestly. To be honest, she has the same air as Veldora but much denser. I had a bad feeling about fighting with her, that's why I decided to leave. Wait, she shouted and I turned around to look at her. What? I asked her with a frown. What did she want from me now? I have already declined her request. This is not fair, not fair, not fair. You all are having fun except me, Noda. She whined childishly. Are you bored? I asked her what I was thinking and seeing her expression, I hit the jackpot. Well, then why don't we become friends? No, not only friends but besties, I said to her with a smile. Well, I have to control her somehow so she doesn't wreak havoc in my town. Humph, why would I? She said arrogantly. I expect that much from her. Seeing her personality, I already have a backup plan. First, eat this. I said to her as I gave her a jar of Apeto honey. Delicious. What in the hell is this delicious thing? She asked with stars in her eyes. I will give you more if you listen to me and don't cause trouble for me in my city, I said to her as she nodded. Let's introduce you to others, I said to her as we moved into the city. I sent a message to Rigard. Tell everyone to gather at the center of the city in 5 minutes. Because we are now friends, I will permit you to call me Milam, but only you. Milam said with a smile. She is a demon lord. This much arrogance I think is given. She has the power to back up her arrogance after all. You can call me Rimuru, I replied to her. So let's go to the city. Everyone is waiting for us, I said to her as she nodded. Whoa! Your city is very nice, Milam said as she was watching the city while going towards the center plaza. It takes a lot to make this city, I said to her as I pointed towards the orcs who were working hard day and night. Everyone seems happy, Milam muttered under her breath. I heard her, but I chose to ignore her. When I reached the center plaza, most of the people were already present there waiting for me and Milam. Hello everyone. I want to introduce you to a guest, I said to them as they all looked at me with excitement. Why are they excited? That doesn't matter. I signaled Milam to introduce herself, who was currently eating honey. Hello, my name is Milam Nava, the Destroyer, and I'm the best friend of your master Rimuru. So in the near future, you can count on me, she said as all the people cheered. I could hear them murmur something like, the Destroyer is the best friend of our Lord. As expected of our Lord. Rimuru-sama is great. I ignored all of them and led Milam into my office. Because I didn't want some fools to make her angry. When I reached the office, I asked Shuna to prepare some desserts for Milam and a cup of hot chocolate for me. When Shuna brought the items that I asked for, I dismissed all the other people with Shuna because I wanted some privacy. So Milam, I want to know more about you, I said to her as I drank my hot chocolate. She looked at me confused. Sigh. I will be honest with you. All of my subordinates said to me that I'm not very good at socializing. I bluntly said to her with a straight face. Ha ha ha. I can see clearly why they told you, she said while laughing. While coming here, I saw all the people are working very hard, but none of them looked bothered nor angry. They are working very diligently with a smile. Seeing them, I can guess that you are not a bad leader nor a bad person, she said to me while eating cake. She looked like a kid and also a little childish, but in the end, she is a demon lord. I think she is not a demon lord for nothing. You are just like Leon. Don't know how to talk with people, she said as she ate more cake. Leon. After hearing Shizu's story and analyzing the facts of the story, I already guessed that much. But even so, I will give him a piece of my mind and a punch when I meet him. And you are just like that old dragon. Childish. I replied to her with a cold voice. She looked surprised for a moment after hearing what I said. You know Veldora? She asked, surprised. Is Veldora that famous? From the reaction of the townspeople, I can guess that Milam is extremely famous among both humans and monsters, but I didn't expect Veldora to be that famous. Yes, he is the first friend that I made in this world, I replied to her casually. Did you know where is he now? Milam asked, a little cautious. Yeah, he is inside me. I'm trying to break his seal, I said to her. What? Hey, why are you surprised? Where is your dignity and pride as a demon lord? Tell me all about it, she asked me excitedly. And for some reason, I told her my whole life story. I don't know, but I feel safe around her, like I can tell her all my secrets. It may be because I didn't have any other friend except her. I didn't want to lose her. Oh, that's why I can't feel his presence, she said to me while nodding her head. Don't tell anyone, this is our little secret, I said to her while putting one of my fingers on my lips. Okay, she said with a smile. So why don't you tell me something about you, I said to her with a grin. And for the first time in my whole life, I talked with someone that much. We talked with each other for hours. While talking, Milam was laughing and smiling, joking with me. But on the other hand, I was just listening to her talking. I was also laughing at her jokes or feeling sorry for the people who got in her way and now became jokes. I'm glad that she is not my enemy, I thought while listening to her talking. Hey, Rimuru, it's time for dinner, Milam said as she ran out of my office towards the dining hall. She is more than 2,000 years old, but her actions are too childish. I murmured to myself as I also started to walk towards the dining hall.